if you watch enough of these housewife shows, after the ladies become comfortable with each other, they start self-producing. It's what I felt like happened over there in OC. I feel like on Salt Lake City, Rowan, Angie, and Whitney, they probably were in some sort of like, let's take Lisa Barlow down and whatever. And maybe Heather was dragged in later on, or maybe from the beginning. But I feel very strongly that just the way everybody is moving, that it feels like, yeah, you guys are a little bit too involved in this friendship. And that feels very suspicious to me. I see like all of the self production going on. Angie meeting up with Meredith to be like, oh, hey, I want to tell you that you and Lisa weren't so good and me and her were close. And she told me to go look up people about you. And like, let's say that's true, but this isn't current. You're bringing up old shit that happened, hoping to get a reaction from her. Meredith doesn't have that energy. She probably believes that Lisa did say it, but she's probably thinking to herself, well, you're telling me that when me and her weren't in a good place, that this is what happened. So unless you're telling me that she told you to say this like last month, yeah, it's not going to light the fire under my ass that you thought it was going to be. I think that's why Angie was kind of upset that it didn't go the way that she had hoped, that Meredith wasn't taking the bait. But I feel like in this episode, Heather's like, okay, let me get a shot at it. Because now Heather, when she's walking with Meredith, she's kind of trying to say, well, Lisa, she's been doing this with everyone. Here's the thing though, I feel like, I do not recall Lisa saying anything about Heather, but now they do a flashback where Meredith was like, well, Angie came out and said that you were doing Barbie sister kicks. Are we supposed to believe that? Good point, Meredith. Good point. And I will say that for the longest time, Angie blamed Meredith for the whole Sean being gay rumor. But if you watch season 4, what actually happened was that Monica and Whitney went up to Angie at Lisa's event and was like, I have something to tell you. And I don't know. Whitney has like that Mickey Mouse voice that goes to Minnie Mouse when she's about to be messy. And it was Monica and it was Whitney that brought that rumor onto TV and said it to Angie. Now, Angie automatically thought it was Meredith. Whitney, since like the first season, she's been coming after Lisa and John's marriage. I think like people have conveniently forgot that her and her cousin, they stopped being cool like that because she tried to drag her cousin into her whole jazz ticket BJ mess. And her cousin was like, no, don't put me in that bullshit. You told me about it, but I was never with you when you allegedly heard it. That's why they had a falling out. I think people like to conveniently forget about stuff like that, which is why I'm starting to feel like, okay, now this is getting a little bit self-produced. I see where this is heading. This is supposed to be the Lisa Barlow takedown season. But in order for it to be a takedown season, you got to have everybody bringing down that person, right? Meredith is not biting. She's not taking the bait. And I think that's really frustrating for the other ladies.